You guys ready?
Born ready.
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 Ready with the music?
Ready.
All right, we are going live. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay. We are going live in 5, 4, 3.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back coming to you live with another edition of Talking Busch. This week, we got the full crew again, which is phenomenal. Tuesday night this week, getting ahead of train heading out of town. Should be a great show. We got, a little bit of Bike's preseason talk. Not to throw anything out there, but we got maybe a little Brandon Zylstra making the team after last week's kind of kicking the butt we gave him on this show. We're going to talk some Busch League fantasy football as always. And then we're going to get into a small mock draft towards the end of the day. But as always, let's go around the horn here. Running the horns over in St. Paul, we got Derek Hartman. Derek, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing really, really well. In our Paynesville, Minnesota studio, you can't really tell because he's all blurred out in the background. Johnny Thompson wearing that Hulkamania shirt, buddy. How you doing today?
Hey, sweet cheeks. What's happening?
Not a ton. And still in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, they have internet there. This has been confirmed. It all worked last week. Matty trained. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's not fancy over here, but it's good enough for me. Good enough for the
Love
girls I hang out with.
Love it. Well, let's start with you.
That's not very nice.
Oh, come on, John.
All three of them?
Well, yeah. And they're still
All right.
with me, so.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I know we feel bad for them.
Let's get some weekend highlights out of you, Train. What did you do last weekend?
Oh, it was the wifey's birthday.
Oh.
Ooh,
And
go on.
So we made our way all the way to North Hudson, Wisconsin to take in a little Pepperfest. If you've never been, it's a pretty good time. Town Festival Days that gets pretty good steam. Much bigger than Hudson Days themselves and biggest ones in the area. So we saw lots of the royalty from around the metro area was on display, all the way down to Lakeville, all the way up to Maple Grove, and everywhere in between. And
Can I just stop you for a second?
Sure.
Did you say Packer Fest? Were you at a fucking Green Bay Packer Festival?
I was not at a Packer Festival, although it was in Wisconsin by like 10 miles.
Isn't that close to the Dells? It's pretty close to the Dells.
Yeah,
right?
it is pretty close.
That's what I thought.
But it was fun, and we ended the night with the spinning and passing out a little bit earlier than the rest of the crew, but that's all right.
Did you have children with you?
No children. Children stayed with Grandpa and Grandma.
Wow.
Love that.
Had some
Oh yeah.
some beer pong was in play. Some tippy cup was in play.
You were terrible at all of them?
Yeah, mostly.
Did you take a blue chew?
I didn't take Blue Chew. No.
What about a Roman wife?
Wrong.
I don't know about a Roman wife. I have to be educated on that one.
If you haven't had a Roman wife, you can't afford it, my man.
All right, fair enough.
Love it. Well, let's
Well, congrats on the sex.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
let's move around the horn here. Johnny,
Third time.
how
Awesome.
are you? How was the weekend?
I'm doing good. Spent the weekend on lovely Lake Andrew in our hometown. Saw Caleb Green. Saw Mark Miller.
Hey.
Had a Tim Lang sighting.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. Confirmed. Wow. He's alive. He's well.
You look
I'm
good.
kind of taken back by that.
Yeah. It was a good time. We basically I brought 4 cases of beverages. We drank 3 of them. So we gave it a hell of an effort. Some
Nice.
Truly went down. Some Voodoo Ranger went down. Summer Shandy went down. Oh, we had just tons of things just flying. Coronas going left and right. We pretty much, yeah, we're going through withdrawals Sunday morning. Kind of sucked, but worth it. Definitely
it.
worth it.
100% love it. All right, Derek. What about you, man?
I went to a little beer festival in Decorah, Iowa.
Toppling Goliath.
Toppling Goliath had Morning Delight Day.
Never heard of it.
Love Morning Delight.
Went down there and got some Morning Delight. Delicious little maple stout.
Oh, you get Morning Delight every day. Don't fucking lie.
Love it.
Yeah, great little Saturday.
Sounds like a nice day.
How about you, Dave?
Dave, what did you do?
I spent my Saturday at the Rivals football game for Alzheimer's. A little charity deal. These gals raised $152,000 for the cause.
You've been a coach for this before, correct?
Not a coach. I always just been a spectator, little donor. Got the hat on.
Yep.
These girls start practicing football twice a week in the beginning of April. So April, May, June, July, half of August now, they've been practicing. They put on a freaking offensive show. Final score was 52-47.
Wow.
So great game to watch.
Nice. Yeah.
Pretty fun. Then afterwards, it's they rent out a bar downtown, and it's a pretty big shit show. So plenty of Trulies, plenty of everything. A couple shots in there.
Hashtag truly.
I was last call. It's a great little spot right on the light rail. Kitty corner from the Loon.
Did you find your baby mama?
No, I did not.
Damn
But I
it.
laid some great groundwork all day.
Awesome. You gotta build that. You gotta build that foundation. You gotta build it.
So real good. My coworker Sarah, who plays in the game, he is a wide receiver, and so I took and photoshopped her face on Randy Moss's body when he had the afro, playing for Minnesota,
I think I saw that.
and
Looked nice.
put a little goat in the corner. There were people who didn't realize that it was Sarah until the end. There was a couple of pretty lib girls that called me out for cultural appropriation at one point. Hell of a day. Spent most
Of course.
spent Sunday on the couch with some Pedialyte popsicles, but great day.
So what do we got cooking tonight, boys?
Well, I think we dive right in. Speaking of Sunday, let's break down that Vikings preseason game. John, what did you see on Sunday night?
Well, I gotta give a Talking Busch round of applause to Brandon Zylstra. He must be listening because, man, did he look sharp. Yes, given it's only the second preseason game, and they're not going to show much. They're pretty much going to run just the basic offense. But Brandon looked very sharp compared to some of the guys he's trying to compete against. Caught a touchdown. His couple of his catches looked really good. Looked like he was running some pretty good routes. So I was very impressed with that. Can't hang on to the freaking football. We had 2 opportunities for 2 turnovers, dropped an interception, missed a fumble. We need to clean that up. Holton Hill. I don't know if this guy's going to make the team. I mean,
I'd cut his ass right now.
Yeah, out 8 games. I don't know if you've seen the meme or the replay, but it pretty much, if you freeze it at the right moment, it looks like Paxton Lynch's head is actually disconnected from his body. That's how hard he hit him. So I don't know what's going to happen there. First team offense, I mean, what do you expect? They're not going to do anything fancy. Kirk looked decent. They got him rolling out. He was 6 for 8, 67 yards. Dalvin didn't play, so nothing to see there. It was a solid game as far as preseason. There was nothing fancy. Like I said, the biggest takeaway was Brandon Zylstra. They obviously tried to showcase Laquan to try to get, more than some footballs and some cleats for him. So I think they did a decent job doing that, but I don't think that's going to help get, I don't think that's going to help to transition from a 7th round pick for him to a 6th round. I think he's either in or he's going to be cut. Even though it's a lot of dead, I see what they're trying to do because that's a lot of money they're going to waste if they cut him. So they're trying to do everything possible to try to make him attractive to other teams. So overall, I was pretty impressed.
Any chance he makes 53 if they can't find a suitor for him? Do they put him on as of number 5 or?
I think he's going to have to be because, well, I don't have the number in front of me, but it was something ridiculous. It was like $4 million, which basically would eat up our whole entire cap for the rest of the year.
It's not that much anymore. It's like 1.5.
In dead money if they cut him.
It wouldn't hurt them. It wouldn't hurt them to cut him. I
Yeah.
mean, they could get rid of him fine this year. They'll keep him because they still feel like they have to. But their hands aren't tied money wise.
I'm gonna look that up because I don't believe you.
Love it.
That's fine.
I mean, I agree. I don't think there's a spot on this team for him. He was Kirk's safety net last year on third down. I hated it. I thought he had way too many attempts towards him. And we'll just go from there. We can part ways. We can fill that spot.
Guy at work told me today that the Athletic had had Zylstra making the final 53 and what's his face not?
Treadwell.
Do we have a group subscription to the Athletic yet?
No, we don't.
Why not?
I don't know.
It'd be nice if I.
Ask the guy with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Great cash.
He's probably listening.
Okay, breaking. For the second night in a row, we have a squirrel on the field.
Again?
Same squirrel or different squirrel?
It sounded like yesterday's squirrel didn't make it. So I'm thinking it's a new squirrel.
Holy cow. Is Peter aware?
It ran straight in. This one ran straight across the field into the White Sox dugout. Game has resumed. I'm assuming chaos in the dugout.
Did you see Miguel Sano last night? Clearly terrified of squirrels.
Is he really?
They don't have those down where he comes
Squirrels
from.
only exist in the U.S. Like, you go outside the U.S., there are no squirrels.
Wow. Fun fact.
Good to know.
Lots of pigeons.
Back to
and
the
birds and
Vikings.
shit.
I thought Mike Boone played really well again, 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
I think you got to keep him as a third running back, maybe even challenging for number 2.
Zimmer said today in his press conference that he wishes that Mike Boone would play better on special teams. So he is not guaranteed anything.
But at least
Did you
he's-
also see Zimmer rip apart Sloter?
Yeah, which is funny because I love Slaughter. I really wish that he was this number 2 because I love that guy.
No, I think,
Update: Squirrels now in the stands, and this
holy
is
shit, watch out.
back on the field.
Got a liability issue going on now.
Let's kill this son of a bitch. Jesus, he's stuck under the fence in the outfield. Somebody
Don't they
just
have
open
some
that
snipers
door.
on the roof or something.
I think, though, for a guy like Mike Boone, as far down the depth chart as he is, if you've got the head coach talking about you, that's probably a good thing. I mean, at least Zim's not totally indifferent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he's not a returner like Abdullah is, but if he's talking about Boone and special teams, what about Madison and special teams? Does Madison add anything on special teams?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't appear that way.
Yeah.
So are they just giving Madison the second running back job then,
Probably.
just based on draft status?
Yeah,
Probably.
seems legit.
Probably. Seems logical. Breaking news. Mets had another one, 9-2. Mets over the Indians.
Okay.
That's
it.
over the Indians? Really?
Mets
Yeah.
over the Indians right now, yeah. And that's
Mets are
important.
being
That's
hot.
important, Dave. We're in a playoff race here.
I know.
No. I was just confirming.
That was at Dave.
I was giving
That
you
was
a
a
hard time.
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
Sorry, I'm too busy trying to prove Derek wrong because Treadwell carries a $3.161 million cap hit.
That's if he's on the roster, correct?
No, it says right here, Treadwell. If the Vikings decide to cut him, they would be paying $2.5 owe $6 million in dead money.
Sure.
So halfway.
Yeah. So they'd actually save $1 million by cutting him.
It was, yeah. Fun fact, it wasn't 1 point whatever you said. You lose. You suck.
All right, let's. Anybody else got any more Vikings talkers from this week, or can we?
No, we can move on. I'm
right,
bored.
let's-
Next week is gonna be a good talker because everybody plays until halftime, and we get Linval Joseph back. That's gonna be a good one. And plus, we can talk about why Brian O'Neill isn't back in the lineup yet, and should we be worried? So teaser for next week.
Yep.
When is preseason? When is preseason game 3?
Yeah, finish preseason
Saturday.
game 3.
Saturday at noon.
All right, watching it from the new house.
Yeah, will you start paying attention to sports again?
Get some goddamn cable.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Like this, we can't do anything because you're like, I don't know who that is.
Ooh,
I didn't know a team was.
I'm
didn't know-
watching the Indians Mets game because that's what I watch. Ooh.
Like, hey Matt, can we do like a top 10 like draft thing? No, because I don't know any of their names because
Okay.
I live with the Amish and I build wood cabinets for fun.
Guys, I'm well versed in the NFL. We want to go NFL names, I can go all day long. I'm not big on college football. I'm just not.
Yeah, anti-fleck fuck.
They're
Let's move
NFL
on.
players now.
I know they are, but I gotta see them play.
All right, so start into this fantasy rotation. Let's get kind of acclimated. Derek's got some dynasty issues in a different league. So before we talk about the Busch League, let's shoot it over to him, try to hash this out for him, and see if we can't get him a winning team.
Yeah, I mean, the team's going to be a winner. That's for sure.
Oh,
Just
good
trying
for
to
you.
But
Best
just to what
dynasty
degree is that
policy.
what we're talking about here?
What's that?
But just to what degree?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are we going to win year after year, or are we going to take a step back maybe? Let's see. The basics of this particular dynasty league, we keep 12 keepers. My starting 9 are pretty solid. Don't have to go into a lot of discussion with them.
Is there like 4 teams in this league? This roster's
No.
ridiculous.
It's just I am really good at picking up players.
Hey, Derek, where did you send pictures of your roster again? What
Talking Busch.
I sent it to
Admin.
admin?
to
Okay.
Slack. Yep.
Okay.
Why don't you run through your starters to get us a base here, Derek, before
Yep,
we get
no
into
problem. I start Drew Brees at quarterback. He's getting a little long in the tooth
Yeah,
in a dynasty
that
league,
one's a little weak, but it's
make up
QB.
for it with the
It's
rest
deep.
of the squad. I got Kamara and Nick Chubb as my running backs.
Solid.
Are
Hopkins.
you worried about Chubb post week 10 or whatever?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's a
Continue.
very fair worry. I'm not really worried about Chubb long term. I think he showed a ton,
Yeah. Played well. Really well last year.
but yeah, to go in.
Matt
he's
is
gonna
obviously
probably go into a
intrigued.
timeshare. Hopkins and Hill are the starting receivers, and Travis
Ridiculous.
Kelce is my tight end.
Ridiculous.
Solid.
My flex position is now Kelvin Ridley
Yep.
and Chris Carson.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Mm.
That's
and the
not bad
Bears
at all.
D.
Defense being the Bears defense.
Yeah, #1 defense in the league. Super. How
So I'm
have you
gonna
not won
probably
multiple
those-
championships? And you get Josh Gordon back too, you dick.
On the bench, I think Damian Williams from Kansas City is a guaranteed keeper.
Yeah.
After that, I probably am going to keep Goff.
Yeah.
How many
I
of
need a
these
second
guys?
quarterback.
How many of these guys you got to keep? How many starters you got? 9.
So he's got
starters.
9. He could
So you
keep
got
Damian
your
Williams
3.
10 for sure. That I
I'd
would
keep Goff, Williams, and
So then I'm
Gronk.
So the
looking
pool-
at
Gronk.
deciding between
Well, the pool
Keep
here.
Gronk.
Yeah, the pool here. What's the pool?
Who is Rob
Gronkowski,
Gronkowski? Go ahead.
Deion Lewis,
mm-mm.
Dede Westbrook, Josh Gordon, Mike Davis, or Gus Edwards.
It takes a pretty abrupt fall off. I mean, you're like running back 1, running back 4, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, tight end 1, and then you're like, wide receiver 40 here.
This is why I made the Mike Evans trade
Yeah.
to pick up Ridley and a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Add
Yeah,
some
so you
depth.
can build it back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got to keep 3 of these guys. Yeah, I think Williams is a no doubter.
Yep.
Yeah, keep Goff.
I don't think you do have to. I don't know.
Yeah, but
That's a high-powered offense. It's just quarterback's so deep.
The other option is do I, with one of my 2 first-rounders, do you take the number 1 overall pick at quarterback and add him to your stable instead of Goff? That's an option.
Mm-hmm.
when is your draft?
It is starts
year's
next
draft.
week.
Well, this week.
I don't know, man. I would
Or
make.
this week.
So would you go Kyler Murray?
Exactly. Do you take Kyler Murray then?
Okay, let's just say Kyler Murray was off the board. Would you go? You would obviously have to go running back, even though you're stacked.
You also
Yeah,
got to remember. I mean, he's got Drew Brees. Drew Brees is.
I know.
The clock is ticking on Brees. And
Mhm.
so, and at least with Goff, you've got at least somewhat of
But-
a known commodity. When you don't have much longevity with your starter.
But if quarterback is so loaded, he could take a chance and just play the waiver wire and then keep Gronk or Gordon and then keep Williams or keep those 3 and then
Yeah.
just drop Goff and play the waiver wire if it's not that important. But I don't know. Goff flashed some pretty. Does anybody remember how many touchdowns he had total last year?
I think he had about
I mean-
17 against the Vikings that 1 week.
It was definitely 5,
Yeah.
and then the game against Kansas City, he probably had 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That was best game ever.
I mean, yeah,
You looking to Hulk that shirt off?
No
maybe.
kidding.
I don't want to wreck this. This is a nice shirt.
I don't know. According to my stats here,
What you gonna do, brother?
Goff had over 35 passing attempts per game, over his 70%. Never mind. Had over 275 yards per game passing, over 30 touchdowns for the year, and over 100 QB rating for the year. So, I
Him
mean,
and Breeze ended up being actually pretty equal fantasy-wise last year.
they did.
The Rams offense really fell off when they had injury issues, didn't they? Cup and
It did.
yeah.
Gurley,
Yeah, so they
Gurley
get-
went down.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and he might still be.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know,
about
man.
Josh Gordon either. Josh Gordon played most of the season last year. It was not. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody wants to remember Josh Gordon from whatever year that was. That he was best receiver in football. But I mean, I just don't think that's the
13.
case. Yeah.
Bill was very excited about him today in his press conference.
Yeah.
You don't see Bill Belichick
Yeah.
smile.
That's that's true. That's true.
Maybe he hadn't played in years. You know,
Yeah.
last year. Maybe he's got his feet under him. Maybe he's going to be better.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like he's a total wild card, and in a dynasty, you kind of want
Yeah.
I f-
some of those. I don't know.
I feel like in case something with I think you just got to roll with Goff and Williams, and then I don't know if you're not sold on Gordon, keep Gronk just in case, and then draft one of those running back. And I'm guessing
Did
you're
you
going to
see
draft
Gronk
Montgomery.
today with his shirt
No.
off?
No,
So he's in football shape,
yeah,
100%.
Is
yeah.
he
He didn't look like it a month ago. He is in football shape today.
yeah.
been working out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good
I
to
would
know.
keep Gronk, keep Goff, keep Williams, draft Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, unless Montgomery goes, top 2.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Um,
I'd go Montgomery, especially in Matt Nagy's offense. The
Yep.
thing I heard yesterday, I think it was Charge talking. It was actually PA talking to Charge. It's just with Matt Nagy's offense, it's not like an Andy Reid where kind of everybody gets a little piece of the pie. I mean, it is, but like 1 week you're gonna have Tarek Cohen just ripping off a huge week, and then the next week it might be Montgomery. So that
Yeah.
might be a little bit of a downfall, but hopefully eventually he just takes the spot over.
Yeah, I think if you ask any Bear fan, that's what they expect.
Yeah.
You know,
Well.
and Montgomery's a good player. Watching him at Iowa State.
He was fun
good,
to watch.
Good running back.
Mhm.
Miles Sanders also interests me, but I hate the Eagles' offense.
I don't. I would stay away from that one. I'd say you go Montgomery.
I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Screw
I hate
the
the
Bears.
fucking Eagles, man.
A little slow on the button bar, buddy.
Yeah. So.
All right, so does that
That's what
solve
I
the
would do.
conundrum? Derek?
What's that?
Does that solve your issues?
Yeah, I'm gonna go win the league.
Hey guys, can you do me a huge favor? Let's spend a minute on this. Can you tell our number one listener why I couldn't accept the T.J. Hawkinson, Stephon Diggs, Jarvis Landry trade from him? 'Cause he's listening right now, and he thinks I'm an idiot. He keeps bothering me about why I won't trade him and why I keep teasing him. Would you guys have done that? Would you? So the trade was TJ, Jarvis Landry, Stephon Diggs for Travis Kelce and Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, we discussed this, and Travis Kelce is Travis Kelce. And anytime that anybody's telling you, "Hey, you should have accepted my trade. You're so stupid," it's oxymoronic. Obviously, they want the trade because it's better for them. So,
John, just tell him to.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
I can do that. Do we have any like crybaby soundbar yet or anything like that? Or
I mean, is he at his home right now?
oh, there. Yes, perfect. Nailed it, Derek. Absolutely nailed it.
hold on, don't get us like.
Stop.
Stop it!
Under
Stop it!
15 seconds.
Stop it!
You got to cut it under 15 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, that's right.
We're gonna.
Stay
only
away
have
from
it
the DM that says.
Yeah.
Only have it for 15 seconds. Got it.
So, in my little research today, Travis Kelce put up like top 10 receiver numbers
Right.
all around.
In a
last year,
position
so-
that. Wait, the only thing that could maybe switch this. Do you have a designated tight end position?
Yes.
Then you have to keep Kelce.
Yeah. And I'm in the same position as Derek. I have Rob Gronkowski as my backup. I'm just waiting for him to just say, I'm back. Jordan-esque quote, I'm back. That's all. So just waiting for it.
I mean, I think the over-under is at week 10.
I made a bet.
So,
I'm hoping week 8. I made a bet with somebody for $10 that he'll play by week 8.
I mean, as long as he's coming back for the playoffs, right?
Play.
right.
Hit it.
Playoffs.
So
good.
every time.
All right,
Oh,
Matt.
okay, I'm done teasing.
Wonderful.
Fuck you, Travis, by the way.
Matt, let's go over some of the Busch League ins and outs for 2019. Get us caught up to speed. A lot of changes. A lot of votes that happened that weren't for change.
We were
So,
so close to just
take
blowing
the
the whole
floor.
damn thing up, but nothing ended up getting changed in terms of the votes. So maybe next year we'll see.
Goddamn right.
All right, so
And I just wanted to tell everybody, if you vote to eliminate fees next year, I'm gonna take this microphone and jam it up your ass sideways, you idiots. Okay, continue,
we had
Matt.
6
Sorry.
votes on that. I wouldn't be surprised. It was
Well,
pretty close this year.
I will light a flaming bag of dog shit on each one of their doorsteps.
Screw them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I don't know if you guys are watching the stream. I've got some visuals here that we're gonna cut to for our viewing audience. If you've got something, a computer or something, it'd be helpful.
I hope your Pornhub account doesn't pop up.
No,
'cause
no
that would be
worries.
embarrassing.
That would be
It's gonna-
embarrassing. Just
'Cause
whoops.
I mean,
not that one.
cartoon porn is fine, but when you broadcast that to everybody, it's a little different.
That probably YouTube would probably shut that down. I would guess pretty dang quick.
You'd be surprised what you can get on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I've seen some wild stuff.
Yeah, well, there was the YouTube Kids thing with like the monster telling the kids to hurt themselves. You hear about that?
Thunderman?
I don't know what the name was.
No, it was a different one. It was creepy as hell.
Yeah,
It was from last year. I remember. I know what you're talking about.
terrible people.
They need
Okay.
to just be driven off a cliff.
Indeed.
All right.
All right, so rule changes, all our votes, everything's staying the same compared to last year. Things we are changing going into this year. Missing your turn to write the recap as assigned by Trevor Sapir, $10 penalty. It'll be on Trevor.
Straight cash, homie.
It'll be on Trevor to get it out early, but non-participation is not going to be tolerated in this league. So we're going to $10 as a penalty.
Straight cash, homie.
Adam, just add $10 to my transaction fees this year. I'll just go ahead and pay that.
Why don't you just prepay that one?
The next big rule change is our divisional breakout and how the heck that's going to work and how it's going to move going forward. So the divisions are going to adjust every year based on the previous year's performance. Yes, they are.
I should have voted on this.
Nope. I'm making the executive decision. We're going to relegation style.
We are Premier League soccer.
We are going relegation style.
This is like the NCAA, the biggest crock of shit crookery in the whole entire world.
So, here's the way that it works. If you're in the top division, you play against the best team.
What's the top division?
The top division is the Tommy Johnny division.
Can we kick the Tommies out? Can we just vote them out?
Yeah, we should.
Well,
I mean, it seems only fair.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Tommy Johnny division, for winning the Tommy Johnny division by record, not divisional play, overall record. You make the playoffs as the division winner of that division, you win $120 in divisional winnings.
Straight cash.
Wait,
homie.
whoa. So you win different money in different tiers?
Yes.
That's
Are
so
you
dumb,
fucking
Matt.
kidding me?
Matt, that's really dumb.
All right.
What? Oh my god. Are you kidding?
You want us to vote on transaction fees being the non-starter for us not making any deals? So I can win $13 playing in the Warrior division if I win it, with hopes that I can go up to the Maverick division the next year and win $26.
This is in your divisional payout only. And by the way, if you happen to be in the Warrior division playing against, some of the bottom feeders in this league, your chance of winning the division and making it to the playoffs and winning the championship, having a shot at winning $360 or whatever the payout is, I think it's $360. For the championship is much greater. If you're in the top division, you have to play against the Hartmans and the Derricks of this league. So which one would you rather be in, Dave? Would you rather be in the Maverick division, playing for $40 you could potentially win, or be in the Tommy Johnny division and think that even if you put your best team together from the last 10 years, you're probably still not going to make the playoffs?
Well, I won't make it there for fucking 5 years, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you get to at least if you're in the bottom, you put together a decent team, you can make it to the playoffs.
This is silly.
Do you just want to just take my paycheck from me and just not give me anything, and I will just give it to everybody else? That's kind of what you're doing. You're taking my entry fee, and you're saying, here you go, John, you get 20% of it, and then we're going to redirect 60% of it to the better division. That's a bunch of bullshit. I pay $50 in this league so that it can be dispersed even. Well, whatever. You can't just take my money, Matt, and just go, you're only going to get $40.
Yeah, you can't even win your money back by winning your division.
You couldn't win your money back by winning your division before.
I had
we
a
could
better
have paid
chance.
that out.
Yeah.
No. So wait. So hold on here. So should the divisional payback be $90? Before, the divisional payback was, I think, $20 or $30, and you got paid that money based on your divisional record. You could be the worst team in your division, but the divisional record was all that mattered. What we're doing now is paying out the guy the person who wins the division in every division. And the way that is going to end up playing itself out is if you're good for consecutive years, you have higher payout potential. If you struggle, not only you will have less payout potential in the division, but you have more possibility. You still have the points payout. You have more possibility of winning the championship, which is the ultimate payout. And oh, by the way, you get to play easier competition because you play everyone in your division twice. So if you're in the bottom division, you're playing the other bad teams in the league more often than you're playing the good teams.
That still doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean that doesn't mean anything?
Then I'd rather play good teams. I'd rather be in the good teams. I'd rather play the Ohio States, Alabamas. I don't want to go play fucking Georgia Southern.
Well, then make a good team.
Well, yeah, and then
I try every year.
Still be better at football.
I do have one question, Matt.
Yeah.
These guys that are bitching.
Yes.
Say they put together the best team of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen, but just say, humor me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, suck it.
Do they then go to the top division next year? Or are they only going to go up one notch?
You can only climb up one. You're not looking at the thing.
Not true. You can climb up 2 notches.
I'm looking at the deal, and I don't see anybody knocking up 2 notches.
Well, then you're not looking hard enough, Dave. Look closer. Look at the first place finisher in the bottom division, 1D, would then go up to the second division. That's 2 division improvement. The first place winner in the third division would go up to the first division. So you can make if you're on the bottom, you can make a 2 division jump. If you're on the top, you can make a 2 division move down. I don't give a shit about you shaking your head, Dave. Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
No,
I'm
you're
looking
not.
at it on my TV.
No, you're not. You're literally going.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nobody can.
Well, we can replay your literal eye rolls, head shaking nonstop for the last 10 minutes.
Well, I think this is still dumb. I don't know why we had to. Never mind. Do what you think.
All
Whatever.
right. I will.
I don't know why we had to change it.
Because I wanted to.
Yep. Cool. All right. What else you got for us?
No more consolation bracket
Finally.
this year. And we will have defensive scoring. We were too high 2 years ago. We were a bit too low this year, so I made incremental changes to the defensive scoring. A defensive touchdown pays out 2 extra points, and then the penalty for points surrendered has a very slightly more diminishing effect. Oh, you know
Message
what?
into the inbox.
God dang, I don't even have. I wish that I had. Dave, you're not even on the screen because I'm showing I'm showing the rule changes screen, so I don't even get to see your actual reactions recorded.
Message into the inbox.
Yep.
This is from A. Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
Realignment should happen. The best 2 teams should not be together.
Yeah, so
it makes the conference or the division title game more meaningful than the championship game.
Yep.
So
any comments there?
Yeah, so you don't like it at the bottom and you don't like it at the top either.
I think that means you made a terrible system.
No.
I think you did too.
No.
I mean, we could just go find whatever Reddit account you found this on.
Go ahead and look, Dave. Go ahead and look.
There was talk for realignment of just the divisions, not changing the whole fucking system.
You went to Europe and fell in love with soccer.
One, 5 days ahead of the draft.
I'm a bit surprised about the outrage of changing the payout in divisional play by like $50 when all of the money, the vast majority of the money is still in the playoffs and in the points.
One, we have more money that you can spend, and 2,
what does that have to do with what I just said? What is having more money to spend? What does that have anything to do with what I just said?
Well, whatever. A lot of
I think he's saying you could equal out the pay for each.
Like it doesn't even make sense to win your division. There's no incentive for me to win my division other than to go to the playoffs and play the number 1 seed.
Well, what incentive should you have to win your division, Dave?
To get your fucking money back.
Hold on.
Why would I fucking play for $40 to win a fucking division when I'm paying 110? You know, I'm so fucking mad right now. I could just quit this league right now. That's how pissed off I am. But I know we got fucking $700 in the kitty that I haven't been able to spend for 10 goddamn years. God fucking damn it.
I think John's upset.
Well,
Last bit, whatever you want to do. This was probably a change that we should have talked about amongst everybody.
well, I think we need to. I'm a bit confused about what John's so upset about. I understand that the payout is different, but it really isn't that different. There's actually more money being paid out this year than there was last year for winning your division.
In total, but not
The bottom division is paying. No. The bottom.
top heavy.
It is top heavy, but the bottom division is paying out 20, or is paying out 20 this year, and was paying out 30 last year. That's the worst division.
But okay, so it just doesn't make sense that in our league, if you're in the bottom division, make the second round of the playoffs, you don't even make your money back. You're waiting that.
If you're in the second to bottom division and you win your division, you don't get your money back.
Still net negative.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you have
still
to,
net negative in the
yeah,
bottom.
you are. You are. If you didn't score
Well,
the top
bullshit.
3 points,
That is bullshit, Matt.
that's not different than last year, Dave. It's not different. If you won your division, no matter what division you were in, you don't get your money back. Last year it was that way.
Doesn't make sense. And you lost.
I'm kind of the opinion that winning a division shouldn't win you a ton of money. In general, I think that winning the league should win more money proportionally.
Which it does.
Just saying.
Which it does.
More than what's out there.
Anyways, we can talk a lot more about this. I think there's going to be some heated listeners, as well as at least one host who has appeared to be completely gone.
Yep, he gone. I don't know. I'm kind of out of it too, to be honest with you. On this, kind of take it back. I think I don't know. Like I said, too big a change for what I think people were looking at for realignment. I agree with Adam on the best teams have to play each other, which is going to force some issues on the top. And I don't know. Whatever, I guess. Love to hear what everybody else thinks of this. If you're still watching,
yes, right into the inbox or hit up the Slack. Let's get input.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, we got a draft this Sunday night, a la 7:00.
Yep.
Yes, 7:00 Central.
And that's about it, I guess. If we're gonna maybe wait to see if John's coming back.
Let me put out the bat signal real quick.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Does not appear he's coming back. I fear that this is the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just talk one. Let's do our this or that. Our Busch.
Bush Light.
Busch
League.
I believe it's Busch Latte season now. Baker Mayfield in the news today. I'll pull up the quote that he said. This was back on draft day when he was quoted on this, talking about the newly drafted Daniel Jones to the Giants. He says, "I cannot believe the Giants took Daniel Jones. Blows my mind. Some people overthink what it takes to make a good quarterback. They see that's where they go wrong. They forget you got to win." Amazing quote. Derek, do you think he was out of line in saying this? Do you think that there's more to being a good quarterback than what's on paper and what they see at the combine?
I'm going to go heavy on the Busch Light here. I'm a big Baker fan in general. I like his attitude. I like his cockiness. I think it takes that to turn around a team that had won one out of their last 32 games. He didn't say anything different than any draft analyst did. Everybody was piling on the Giants. And if you read the whole article, it's him being cocky through the whole article. This is one little quote that, are they taking it out of context? Maybe, maybe not. I'm Team Baker here. Heavy Busch Light. Just like him just shotgunning that Busch Light all day, baby.
Matt, you still here? Did you?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think on Baker Mayfield and his comments in the media?
I don't think that he necessarily said anything wrong, but I'm going to give him a Busch League just for the fact that there's a lot of hype around Cleveland right now. There's a lot of hype around Baker Mayfield. There's still an awful lot to prove out there, and while I do like his moxie, I'd like to see him earn it probably a little bit more before, he starts making comments about what it takes to be a winner in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. So, article came out. He had this to say today after everything kind of unfolded, and he got kind of a black eye. Says, "This is not what I said. Just so that we're clear. I also said that I was surprised I got drafted number 1. Then was talking about the flaws in evaluating quarterbacks, where I brought up winning being important. Reporters and media will go to anything to come up with a clickbait story. Heard nothing but good things and wish nothing but the best for Daniel." So is he backpedaling there a little bit, or?
He is. Do you think he's being forced to? That's my speculation. Is John Dorsey or Freddie Kitchens is going, Baker, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want them to put this up for the next 15 years in their locker room? If that kid is any good and just be trying to kick your ass every single week.
Exactly. It's not Baker's first time in the media kind of telling the media that they're wrong and that they misquote him and that they're kind of a piece of shit. So I think it's probably been enough, and that the Browns organization trying to make friends. So awesome. That kind of brings us to the end. Just a quick draft reminder, Sunday again, we'll be coming to you live. Let's get the chatter going around the horn, either in the inbox that we can forward along to everybody or via Slack in the message boards. Talk about this, any other thing else we need to talk about on there as well. You boys got anything else?
No, I look forward to next week. Go for home opener. Go for season opener. I hope next week we get a little preview of that. Maybe the whole Big Ten West. Wide open division. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Going to be a great game. I'm going to have a full breakdown of the full West and your. I've seen 5 tweets today of people booking a hotel in Pasadena, California. So I'm extremely excited for this Gopher team. I hope you are as well. Even you two, you anti-fleck fucks out there. Going to be a fun season. Going to score some points. Matt, you got anything for us?
No, I'm ready for the season to get going, and I'm very excited. Got the old cheat sheet ready and making the last final tweaks, and I'm just excited to get going.
Perfect.
Good luck.
Yep. All right. Good luck, everybody, in the draft this Sunday. Hoping the Twin Cities Metro people can come to a conclusion on where they can meet up to see Phil and do a little bit of a draft. I would host at my place, but I can hold maybe 3 people total. So not ideal, but might come down to it. Everybody else out there, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll be coming at you next week post-draft. Have plenty of talkers, I'm sure. Have a good evening.
Richard, what's happening